Hi everyone! As some of you might know, I just spent 8 days in the hospital. I got my tonsils removed, so my voice still isn't 100% back. So this video is going to be kind of short because it does hurt to talk. While I was there, kind of the only thing that I could access on the internet was Twitter, just because the internet was so not great. And I started tweeting out pictures of my food because I really didn't have anything else to do. And a lot of people kept asking what the food was like in the hospital. So I recorded a couple videos on my smartphone, and this is just what kind of Japanese hospital food looks like, at least as it did to me in a large hospital with like 20 floors. So I couldn't really eat food for the first couple of days, and they had just had me on an IV because I couldn't eat food and I was vomiting blood and it was really nasty. And then when I was allowed to eat, they gave me little cups of okayu, which is like rice that's then cooked in water, so it's this kind of like porridgey consistency, and little cups of miso soup or soup with really chopped up seaweed in it because it was easy to drink.
For the 2 days after my surgery, they had me on a strict 800 calorie thing of okayu, miso soup with tororo kombu, and juices served in these little cups, kind of like this.
Once I moved on to solid foods, I started getting served about the same as everybody else. Of course, the first couple days they stuck everything in a blender because I couldn't really chew.
I was expecting the food to be bland and gross, like some of the other food I've had at hospitals, but was pleasantly surprised by how flavorful it was.
After that, I started getting the same food as everyone else.
Period meals continued until my 4th day after surgery, when they began serving me the same food as all the other patients. I didn't actually like the move to regular food since chewing was still so painful. Each day, the okayu, rice porridge, contained a little more rice and a little less water until I was eating regular rice on the 7th day after surgery, my last morning in the hospital. They gave me packets of umeboshi, pickled plum, and miso and some nori thing to flavor the okayu every day. Each meal had a main meat, either pork, chicken, or fish. And meals also had 2 to 3 side dishes. Each day was different, and believe it or not, there actually weren't any repeats. They served eggplant, lotus root, carrots, potatoes, spinach, daikon radish, roots I don't know the names for, cabbage, bean sprouts, and a bunch of other stuff. Dishes were mostly flavored with dashi, shoyu, and tsuyu. Simple, but delicious. And of course, the soups changed every day. Most of the time, it was miso soup flavored with oysters, mushrooms, tororo kombu, seaweed, or little chunks of bread-like things that for the life of me I can't remember right now. They served a fish soup a couple times too. They knew about my milk allergies, so they were very careful not to serve me anything with milk in it. Instead, they gave me a carton of soy milk with every meal.
All in all, the food was a lot better than I expected. It was easy to eat, it felt healthy, it felt safe to eat, and it was something different every single day. And then the hospital had an option where you could pay more for like better food, and so every day had a specialty, so like curry rice or some sort of fish or something like that. I didn't do that just because my throat wasn't really doing well, and I just wanted to take what they offered me because that seemed like the best idea. With hospitals in Japan, your surgery, you pay a different amount depending on what your income level is, and you have to go to the government office and you get a receipt back saying by your tax records the proof of what your income is, and then how much you pay for the surgery depends on how much money you're making. But you do have to pay for your own room and your own food, and then the room charge depends on how many people are in the room. So the hospital I was at, there you could either be in a room with 8 people, a room with 3 people, or a room all by yourself. The one with 8 people was free, the room with 3 people was 5,000 yen a night, and the room with by yourself was 22,000 or 22,000 yen a night. So that one was way outside of my price range. I stayed in the room with 3 people. And then the food, so for those 8 days, I ended up paying 4,200 or 4,200 yen, which was really, really cheap for 8 days worth of food. I was expecting it to be a lot more expensive. If you're getting surgery, I wouldn't be terribly worried about what you're gonna be eating, because if it's anything like the place I stayed at, it'll be great. And my, I guess 8 days in the hospital, I ended up losing about, 5 kilos, 10 pounds, something like that. All right, my voice is starting to die and it kind of hurts. So I'm gonna stop talking now, yay! I didn't really plan this video out. I kind of just sat down and was like, I'm gonna record something. So if you have any other questions about food at a Japanese hospital that I didn't answer, please put that in the comment section and I will try to respond to it. As always, thanks for watching. Bye!